Welcome, everyone. I'm going to mute everyone, actually. Hold on. Mute all. So you just have to unmute yourself when you're ready, Kristina. So I'm so excited to have Kristina on the call. Oh, my God. So remember when we were doing the surge? I got asked to do the surge for, like, the clean eating thing or whatever. Kristina got asked to do it at, like, the same time, and she was like a nice person and reached out to me because I'm like so weird and like shy and quiet. And she actually reached out to me. She was like, dude, I'm so scared. I'm like, oh my God, me too. Let's be best friends. And oh my God, the plant, dude. She has a plant.
It's not leaving.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I think I told you guys how serious they were, but like your background and what you're wearing. They like yelled at her and told her that she needed to put a fake plant.
I needed a house plant. I'm like, I don't adult. I don't have a house plant.
Oh my God, it was so funny. So it was hilarious watching on a surge with the fake plant on the side. But anyway, they were really happy about it. And then we went to leadership together like a couple weeks ago, like a week ago. I don't even know my life anymore. 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago. But she was also asked to speak at leadership. So we got to connect there too. And we got to hang out and dance and have fun. So she's awesome. Oh, my phone away. I just like heard her stats today and I was like, oh my God, I'm blown away. So I know I told you guys this already, but she's a mom of 3 under 4 years old, a 6-star diamond, 1 star in her second business center, a 6-figure earner, been a coach for 2.5 years. And last year she got elite and she's on the path for elite this year. So cool. Really quick, before she starts talking, do you guys have any announcements you want to make right now? If you can, just unmute yourself. Let's talk really quick. I do not think I have any right now. And if I do, I will announce you next week when it's official. I really don't think I have any. I have somebody really close. I have Ashley Morris is 1 coach away from Diamond. Hello. How you doing? Hey, girl. I think that's all I have right now. So anyway, Kristina, you can just go ahead and just start talking.
Okay. I want to make sure. Okay, I'm unmuted. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My computer's being really dumb lately, and I've had to like go on my phone and computer, which is annoying. So it's funny because usually I talk about like being authentic and branding on social media, and so when Haley's like, "What do you want to chat about?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure your team's got that unlocked." So that'd be like really dumb for me to come in here and just throw my spin on it. So the other thing that I've gotten a lot of traction on is how I'm running groups and how I'm running multiple groups and making it so you don't hate them. Because as a newer coach, free groups are really cool, right? Like it makes you feel cool. You're getting people in the door. You get to test out your style, but then give it a hot minute and you're going to literally hate them with like a raging passion. So I've kind of figured out a way to flip the script a little bit so that I actually enjoy them and they're more beneficial than just a waste of time. And I say that like with the nicest regard. So I'm just going to go through the way that I kind of set up my month, the way that I enroll people so that I'm on this path where it's not just like, oh, I have a conversation with somebody and it doesn't go the right way and then they're just dead. Where I keep them plugging into something until I eventually like, you just don't get away. Like I'm like that, like, what is that, like spider that's like on you. So the one thing is you have those like general invites and you're inviting people and you're having the conversations, whether they filled out an app. And I talk really fast, just slow me down if I am going too fast. But you're having that conversation with someone and it gets to that, like they're throwing you all the excuses why they can't. And say you get to that dead point where you've like depleted yourself and all the solutions for them and you're like, this is going nowhere and I need to move on. The one thing I do is I drop value at them. So I throw a challenge at them. So I've come up with this graphic. It's just like a Monday through Friday, like, you know, meatless Monday, no bullshit Tuesday, workout Wednesday, Thursday, like, fitness Friday or something. And that way, when I get to the end of the conversation with them, I simply just say to them like, hey, you know what? You invested in me and now I need to invest in you. And I'm going to drop you value. And you already said that you have goals and I'm not going to let you get away without you at least start working on them. So here's a chunk of value for you. Come back to me on Friday and let me know how this goes. And this is a great way for you to follow up without feeling icky because you can follow up with them. One, you've dropped them value. So like in my mind, you own them then. They can't go to anyone else because you are connected with them. 2, it's a follow-up without feeling gross, like, hey, just circling around again, seeing if you're interested this time around. Instead, you're like, hey, girl, did you follow up? Like, did you finish? I haven't heard from you. It's Friday. How did the challenge go? And if they say, I didn't do it, all right, guess what? I'm challenging you to do it next week. I'm challenging you to start it tomorrow, today, whatever. But it's a way for you to follow up, and it's a way for you to have that connection that you can continue that conversation. And then that can also lead into, okay, girl, you already did this. Get into this group. Okay, you already kickstarted your goals. Let's get you into this. And just, I'm big into like gateways into the next thing. So one thing is, and I have like my notes aside because I'm a total squirrel. But one thing is, I'm big on branding everything. We all offer the same challenge packs. We all have challenge groups, everything. If you don't brand it, what's going to set you apart with anything? So like I've branded my boot camp and I let them name it Epic Shred. My team name is Epic Empire, so we use Epic Shred as a boot camp. So whenever I'm talking about it, I'm not saying, hey, come join my challenge group. Hey, come join my boot camp. I'm like, hey, get in Epic Shred. Like, you need to be in here. And there's this like different vibe to it, that it's not that like beach body group that's going on. It's a thing, and they don't know what it is. And we like coin it with like, it's an underground fit club. You don't even know what happens when you walk into it. So it has just a different vibe to it. So I really firmly, like I said, believe in branding everything about yourself to set yourself apart. And then I always set up events. And this is something that is hit or miss. Sometimes they epically fail, but it does give you the ability to run an ad with the event. Don't ever boost anything. Always use Power Editor. Learn how to run ads. If you boost, you're going to like throw away money. But you can run an ad so you can get extra people in there. You can grow your following and all that fun stuff. But what I do with this event is it's a sneak peek into my boot camp. So I'm going to post transformations. I'm going to post what you're going to get out of it. I'm going to post people's, my coaches and customers' testimonials in there. I'm going to give them mini challenges in there, so they kind of get a feel, like a little mini feel of what an actual one is. But every single post has a call to action to fill out the app. Don't forget, you're only this many times. I'm not someone that says I'm only looking for 5 or 10 people, because I'm not. I'm looking for everybody, and I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm looking for 5. So I'm someone who, if I'm going to use a limitation like that, I'm going to use it for a giveaway. I'm going to say, listen, I will let anybody can come in here, no problem, but I'm going to cut back on the amount of people that are actually going to be able to get the giveaway. So if you want to be able to qualify for the giveaways, which who doesn't like free stuff, you got to be in by Monday. So, and I'll do a countdown to that. Just FYI, my dog's come down here. He's really old. He coughs. He is alive, but like there's 100% chance he's going to start hacking over here. Because he like comes right underneath every time I go live. It's like no joke.
Quick question, real quick. So you do that like sneak peek into your bootcamp thing once a month?
Yeah, I started because you can only run events for like 2.5 weeks. So I'll start it in like the middle of the month, like whatever 2 weeks before my bootcamp actually starts. I'll put it in there so I have 2 weeks leverage to get people in. And
then you just like, you invite to it like on your social media and stuff, or you literally you invite like on the...
People know at this point on my page that it's always pinned to the top, or you can always see that event at the top. So at any point in time, that event's there, and you go in there and it's like spitting all over my link to actually apply. But then I'll post that, and then I run an ad on that. So as soon as I put that out there, I run an ad just to get people who are simply interested in that. Because you get people like you and I are very similar in like the social media, where we're not like 100% beach body. We're like showing our life. So you get people who are just nosy and want to know about your life. And then you get the people who are interested in boot camp. For my like event, I want the people that are interested in enrolling. Okay, cool. So that's kind of like a leverage way that instead of just using my social media, I'm going outside and finding new people to bring in by using this event. And you can run it for like, $1 a day. It doesn't have to be crazy. And my idea is, okay, if I'm gonna run an ad, and let's say I am gonna do it for, let's just say $40. I want to make at least triple that out of that. So I have to get at least 3 to 4 challenge packs out of that in order to make my money back. I'm not going to run an event. I'm never going to boost something, run it like anything, unless I know I'm going to make my money back. So it means I got to work to make it back. And so when you get that fear of like, I don't want to invest, like this is your business. Like how many business owners don't invest in their business to get anything out of it? Mm-hmm. So for myself, that was huge for me, that like I figured out, I did the training, the Jesse Reagan training. I'm really bad that I only did like part of it. I just needed to know what I needed to know, and I got out of it. But that was part of it, is running an ad for an event. And I learned that. And so now I know that my like niche market and everything, that's who I'm getting hit up by. And I know that I'm going to get people in the door. So the event has been awesome. It's guaranteed to get some people. And what's cool about that is to then transition. Okay, so you're going to have people who are going to sign up to be in your boot camp from there. And every day you're going to post something once or twice a day in there. And every time, don't forget, just because you opted into this event doesn't mean you're going into the boot camp. You have to apply. So that goes into the application, and then you can further that email or invitation, however you want to do it. But then say nobody, or not nobody, but say, you know, there's a chunk of people who didn't obviously opt in, because you get people who just click the button and mentally they're like, I'm working on my health, and they have no intention of going further than that. Yeah. So you're going to get those people. So then I throw out that, hey, if you didn't opt into this boot camp and you didn't get in this round, I don't want you like leaving here with nothing. So here's a link, join my free group. Blech, free groups, right? But this way, they have a place to go to. And they have a place that I'm going to drop value there. So then I have the people who enrolled, the people who are going to head over there, and then the people who just click the link and they have no intention of doing anything. They just felt good about themselves for like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. So then I roll over to my free group. And my free group is a week before my actual boot camp. And what I do is I do a 5-day push, and I'll do a different theme every single time. I don't do crockpot because that just makes me gag, but I'll do like a 5-day ab challenge, like my thing is like fitness. I have a fitness background, so I can just whip up quick circuits. It can literally be, you could go on and do like 2 moves from one of your favorite moves of the workout, video it and be like, hey, do this 3 times. Or, 12 sets or 12 reps 3 times through. Like, let me know how you feel, post a sweaty selfie, blah, blah, blah. Or, make it engaging with them. The other day it was just like, hey, drop 3 fun facts about yourself. And people write the random stuff, and then it gets that engagement going up. If you don't see a lot of people posting, just call them out. I'll get to that with my boot camp. But so then I get them in that free group. I do those 5-day pushes. Every day I'm doing a call to the action. Like, you guys are totally loving this. Those of you that are showing up, why are you not enrolling into my boot camp yet? Like, you think this is fun? You haven't seen nothing yet. And what's cool is if you keep this free group ongoing, because mine is just ongoing at all times. I plug in there, 5 days a month if I remember. Sometimes it's like every other month, every 3 months or so. But they're my hub of people. And a lot of them have already turned into boot campers. So those people are awesome referrals, because when you make that claim of like, girl, you think this is awesome? You haven't seen nothing yet. You need to get in the boot camp. They're the first people to chime in and be like, oh my God, you totally need to go over there, blah, blah, blah. And it adds that pressure to them. And then what I say to my boot camp is, hey, if you're in my free group and you want to be in my next group, you got to chime in there that you're interested too. So that adds that whole like pressure, where then anybody who's already in my boot camp, they know they're in the next one, but I'm like, hey, you got to make sure that you post on that, that post that you're interested in the upcoming boot camp too. And then you get all those people that are like, I'm in. They don't know that they're already in your boot camp. They just think that this is like the best damn thing ever, and they need to be in there too. Mm-hmm. So it adds that pressure point, instead of when you're like, hey, who's interested in no one? And you're like, that was really freaking embarrassing, because that sucks. Like, you don't ever want to do that. At least have like 3 fake people who are going to comment on your behalf to make you feel cool. Like, there's nothing worse, like, especially you go live and you're like, I'm going to wait for anyone to come on. Don't ever do that. Just talk. So then I have that free group. And look at what else I have on here. And I do, again, I change it up every time. And this is something that I learned from Melanie Mitro, that you want a different vibe each time. Because if you're constantly inviting to the same style group, you're narrowing yourself down to that same style person. So if somebody said, hey, I'm going to do a group focusing on clean eating, I would not join it, and my life depends on it. Like, I have no interest. It's just not something that, like, I eat clean, but it's just not something I want to be a part of. My pictures of my food suck. Like, not my jam. But if one week you said that, and the next week you're like, we are going to get you a 6-pack in 5 days, and we're lying, but it sounds good, I'm going to join that. So I make sure that I hit different things, like, okay, we're going to do self-love. And literally I took like quotes out of You Are a Badass and posted it up there. And they were like, oh my God. I was like, because nobody does personal development unless you're a coach, right? So hitting up different things. But my biggest thing with a free group is do stuff that interests you. I did because everybody was doing this like coffee challenge and like switching out your coffee for Shakeology. I don't drink coffee. What my mindset was that, I'm going to do a coffee thing. I didn't relate to anyone. So it was kind of a flop. I did get someone to flip over, but it's not my jam. And I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't connect with it. So if you're going to do a group, don't just piggyback on what other people are doing and what works. Do something that interests you. Even if it's completely like hey, I want to learn to knit. Anybody else? There's probably 5 people you can find that want to knit. And they're going to be your niche market. They're going to be people that are interested in stuff that you're interested in. So find something off the cuff. Find something different that not everybody's doing. Don't do the whole, oh, we're going to turn Shakeology into holiday desserts, because there's going to be at least 250 other coaches that are going to do that. And unless you have like a bomb-ass graphic, no one's going to join because they saw 40 other ones the same day. So find something that's going to set you apart a little bit, and it doesn't have to be crazy. It just has to be you. That's it. And I think that's where people get so bent out of shape and thinking they have to have the best graphic and the best everything and have the most unique thing. It's like, just be your damn self. Like, you want people to connect with you? Be yourself, and I promise you will get the right people that are with you. So rolling into there, I'm inviting all throughout that. And by the time between my event, my general invites and applications, and my free group hits, I should be damn well on my way to a really solid Success Club number. So then you get into my actual boot camp. And I have 2 different boot camps, and I don't know how you guys run things. I've actually never been in a challenge group because my coach didn't let me in one. So I don't actually even know what other people's even look like. So when I started my challenge groups, I had to figure out a way that they would be something I would show up to. And I lose interest really, really fast. So I knew that I needed something that was like witty, quick, in your face, like something that was going to be funny and catch my eye every day. So I do daily challenges. I do call outs. Like, if you don't show up, I am like going to send the troops for you, and I will tag you and tell everybody else to tag you until you come in and like, I'm here. I'll be really annoying like that so they know, but that helps with my engagement. Now, if you're someone who's like a hand holder and really sweet and you do that, you're going to turn people off. So be yourself. Figure out what would get you to show up. What would excite you to show up every day? What different challenges were fun for you? So those different things. But so what my coach did, what I learned that like her team does, is they do a regular boot camp and their challenge group, and then they have a graduate one. So everybody goes through the regular one, and then once you complete your first round, you go into a graduate group. I myself have ongoing. And that's how the 2 groups started. Because one, I found if I have an ongoing group and these people are constantly in there, they're going to increase my engagement because they already have that comfort level to post. And you guys know what it's like when you first enter a challenge group, and like, you don't want to be the first one to post. It's like the first one up to a buffet. Like, you don't want to be the fatty rolling up to the first person in the buffet. It's not going to happen. So for myself, when I have these people who are already confident, comfortable, like, sports bra selfies, letting it all hang out, it adds this comfort level of like, oh my gosh, like, these are my people. Like, and you know when it's like you're on the beach and someone's like rolling around and you're like, I wish I had that confidence. I got those people in my boot camp, and it brings up that confidence level in everybody else to show up. So I've got my Epic Shred boot camp, and then I have my self-paced boot camp, in which, if you are on the surge or anything, you heard that I call it the Walking Dead, because we all have that one boot camp that like nobody shows up to. It doesn't matter what you do. And so that's my self-paced one. The difference between the 2 is my Epic Shred, they have to be on Shakeology, Performance Line, or Daily Sunshine, aka they have to be active. And you'll get people who will lie. I just had someone, like, side note, tell me that they're like, oh, here's my order number, I ordered it, and it was for their free Shift Shop shirt. I'm like, you just totally tried to scam me. Like, you think I wasn't going to call and find out? Like, that is shady. I was like, boop, Walking Dead. But they know, like, and it's not something where it's more of like a fun thing. Like, if someone's like, oh, I think I'm going to go, like, I'm going to skip this month, like, other boot campers in the Epic Shred will be like, no, you got to stay in here. Like, don't go over there. Like, they know it's like the black hole. Because although I share very similar content, it's usually like a week behind, so it's not the exact same. I just take the same stuff and bring it over there the next week. It's the same content, but vastly different on who's showing up. There's a huge correlation between drinking Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, like having something that you know every single day is a constant, and your goals staying on track. When you have people that are falling off, when you have people who, are every others or take the weekend off, you notice that. There's a big difference in their consistency. There's a big difference in the results. So I say, and it's very simple. I say, you know what? When people give me that kickback, hey, can I get bod without Shakeology? 100% you totally can. I just want to let you know, though, that I do require Shakeology for my Epic Shred Bootcamp that you're applying to, because it's the game changer. That's what's going to, really keep you consistent. But I do have this self-paced bootcamp that you can plug into. So they know that they have something to plug into. It doesn't sound appealing to say that you're going to be in a self-paced bootcamp, because I rarely go over there. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, you can keep your damn self accountable, because you're telling me that you're not willing to put forth the effort of doing something that I'm telling you is like 100% guaranteed. I'm going to show you value. I'm going to show up for you, but you're going to have to show up for yourself when it comes to holding yourself accountable, one-on-one action. And typically I let people, if I see someone that's like going nuts over on there, I'm like, dude, we need your energy over here. And I'll put them in the Epic Shred Bootcamp for like a 1-month trial. And with that, they usually see everybody that's on Shaco, because I'm constantly like saying like, what's the difference that you find when you're on it, when you're off? Name 3 things that you know about Shaco that it's done for you. Like things like that where they're like, crap, I need to drink the Kool-Aid. I need to get in on that. So that in kind of like a nutshell, I do giveaways in there. I hate mailing things with a raging passion. So I try to hate mail. Like
so bad.
If I have like a box of stuff behind me and I'm like going out of town, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I'm gonna tell my husband, I totally forgot to mail it. Can you do it for me? Just so I don't have to. Like, it's just the packaging part. I don't want to do that. And looking for email address. Ugh.
The post office freaks me out. I just can't.
Yeah, no. So, but I do giveaways because that gives hype. But I do live workouts. And this is something that I'm big on, setting yourself apart, doing something that's different. So my live workouts, I actually am a certified trainer. So I host my own, and I actually like do like a mini boot camp hit style training or whatever. If they want Pilates, whatever they're in the mood for, we do something for like a 20 to 25 minute, just zooming on here. Just like I have the music blaring and I just call it out and we do it together. It's like a bonus.
Like once a week or something, or? Yeah,
I usually do it Wednesday nights, but then sometimes they won't show up and I'll be like, okay, let's do it Saturdays, and we'll like switch up the days based on what everyone's got going on. But if you have any like trainers on your team, or if you have people who are certified in like PIO, size, any of that, like whip one of these together. It's really cool. It brings this like community together. I do it team wide. So like everybody's allowed to invite their boot camps to it. And it sets me apart a little bit, where people are like, wait, what is this? And they think, oh, you're just streaming like Beachbody workouts. I'm like, no, this is me. Like, this is 100% unique, like something different that we all do. I do boot camp happy hours, which are our Thursday nights, where we just jump on here on a Zoom call and we just chat. We talk about struggle, name your struggle, name your success. What are you going through right now? What program are we going to? And it just brings us unity, and it brings it from just, outside source, like having that one-on-one interaction where it's not just inside pictures and like comments, but it's actually like, oh my God, it's so weird. We're like chatting. And it's cool, and it brings that connection. And I'm telling you, if your people are your BFFs, they aren't going anywhere. They don't want to lose that sense of community. They don't want to have to sit at the weird table. They want to be at the cool table. So, I'm really big on coming up with different things that's going to set me apart. And again, we all offer the same thing. We have the exact same products. The only thing that sets you apart anywhere is yourself, your vibe, what you have to offer, what you're doing. You can sit with us. But yeah, so that's kind of how I do things, where I literally start out here and you're just not getting away from me, because I'm going to have you plugged in somewhere where I'm going to come back to you and find you again. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. And I'm kind of proud of myself. I did that in like a semi-timely manner.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. There's this really cool example that like I could totally explain to all of you guys, but I'm not going to. You explained it. Actually, I don't even think you explained it. You just showed a quick slide at leadership. It was wicked funny. This one little challenge that she did inside of her Epic Shred. Tell them about like the donkey.
Oh, the donkey kick challenge. So if I get really annoyed when like engagement, like by like 10 days in, the engagement starts like dying down a little bit. So I'll do a challenge where they have to call out. So it'll be donkey kicks or burpees or something that everybody hates doing, like jump squat, something. And they have to, like, I'll send them an email out. I use the challenge tracker for everything. And I send them an email out the night before. And I'm like, FYI, you might want to get up extra early tomorrow. Like, so they know that something's going on. So there's some of them that will like legit set an alarm. They know that at 4 a.m. every day, like their daily challenge comes out. So they'll like set their alarm so that they're like number one. And whoever sees it first, like if it's a donkey kick, they have to do one donkey kick, take a picture of themselves, type 1. The next person's 2, and then so on and so forth. And I have a pretty big, solid boot camp. So like you don't want to be like 100 and something. And if you don't post a picture, I know that you're BSing, because who's going to do 100 donkey kicks? Like, let's be real. And if your face isn't like red and like sweating and like you want to like die, I'm going to call you out that you didn't do it, and I will harass you and the whole boot camp, because they'll be like, I did 40, like you need to show up, you didn't get up. And it becomes this huge hype. Or I'll pin 2 people or 2 teams against each other, and I have a husband-wife duo, and like notoriously, like I'll stock the husband and he never wins, like regardless what I do. So it becomes this like inner competition where they'll be like, I got the new people, you'll all show up. And it's just bringing out that interaction and getting that hype up. And again, just forming that sense of community. That's like huge.
Ugh, I love it all. I definitely need to. I used to be super tough love and call people out. I just don't know why I stopped doing that. I definitely need to get back on that.
Yeah, there's a way of doing it, you know, so because sometimes you want to just go in, and then you're like, take a deep breath, be a little bit funny about this, find the funniness in here.
Cool. I just learned so much, and have so many cool ideas. Does anybody have any questions they want to? Can you, whatever you do, can you unmute yourself? Because I'm not reading aloud. That's awkward. I'd rather die. I tried doing that the other day, and I was stuttering. I was like, I'm not doing that ever again. Feel free, guys.
Guys, this is that awkward part where I like start calling people out, and I'm like, we're gonna have this awkward silence. Like, this is the worst.
I'm the same way. I'm like, please. Well, before we end this, I need to just say two more things like that I forgot to say in the beginning. But I think somebody said I got to process it all.
I know. I just like spit out a lot of you guys.
Yeah, it is. There is like a lot of information. I kind of secretly want to go back, and it's good information, like awesome information. I kind of want to go back and listen to it all over again because there's like a legit process that you have that I need to like re-listen to probably 2 more times. I guess quick if you want to just like, so I kind of want to write this down, but because I always like listen to the call first and then I take notes like the second time around. So is it like always the same every single month? Like the first Monday you do something, the second Monday?
Yeah, well, I've gotten a little bit lazy because I've been going like hard on invites because somebody forced me to start inviting. Yeah, I like hate inviting with a passion, but you made it fun for me, so it's been a game changer for me. But so I typically like I would say like the last week of the month is when I'm going to set up my event because I want to hit Success Club within the first 3 days. So I set up my event the last week of the month, and that goes for like till the middle of the month. So it's usually like 3 weeks. The event goes. So even after my boot camp starts, I'm going to keep enrolling people, and you know I can still post in there. And then my free group, I usually chime in the last week of the month too, just so I can seal the deal on Success Club. So I can say like, hey, enrollment started the 1st, like who's ready? So I can do that. And then my boot camps usually start the 2nd or the 3rd week, depending on what's going on with Beachbody launches and stuff like that and like holidays. So the 2nd or 3rd month of the week, and everything else happens like in between there. So everything's pretty much slammed in those like last 2 weeks of the month for me because I'm setting myself up for the 1st.
Same. So do you guys want to ask questions how the hell she does this with kids and stuff, or?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you like setting up the event on your like page, your personal page, or both?
I do it on my like page. I don't do anything on my personal page. I know that that's completely like rarity, but I went like really hard. Like I didn't post on Facebook for 3 years before I started coaching. So if I all of a sudden like came out of the gate and was like, oh, hey, look at me, my shaking club. Like it just wasn't good. My idea with my like page and my Instagram, like you step foot in there. If you like it or if you follow me, you're in my froyo shop and I'm coming for you. Like if you walked in my door, I'm not going to be like, oh, like, hey, I'm going to be like, hey, you came in here for something. What would you like? Like either you're being nosy, you're stalking me, or you're interested. And all 3 of those people are still interested. Like they're there for a reason.
But I want to say something. You took trainings and like researched how to build a like page. She didn't just flat post there like I'm doing. She like, if you look, she has 143,000 followers on her like page. It's because she put work into building it.
Yeah, I hate inviting. So my goal was I'm going to get as many followers as I can so that when they come in, because I'm not going to just cold reach. That's like so awkward for me. So if you like something of mine, again, like you're going to my territory, like you're my person now. Yeah. So that gave me a comfort level. And my idea was I have to master this because this is my comfort level of social media. So I just figured out how to master it. And I mean, I dove in hard. Like it was like, this is my business. Like, this is what I want to work. And there's no way I'm going to do one of those Hail Mary posts and be like, I'm a coach and then do this because it doesn't become successful. Like, this is not negotiable. It's going to happen. So you just figure it out. Like, there's no way around it.
Do a Hail Mary post and disappear because nobody liked it.
Yeah. I mean, my like, if you look like way back, like my post, like my mom and my aunt liked it. Like, how embarrassing is that? But like, I literally was like, can you like this? Because this is like hella embarrassing. But that's what it is. And that's why when you do traction posts, when you call out, you know, your call to action posts, you're not going to get traction on that. Like, and you got to know that.
So she treats it like a business. She literally invests into trainings and invests and takes her time during the day to research it to make it better. So don't just think she's lucky or anything.
No, I work my butt off.
So on your like page, you can pin an event to the top so that people are.
It automatically goes there.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah, so I'll do like my call to action, like my transformation post. I'll pin that to the top, and the call to action's right above that, and it always stays there. And like every month is, so I can go back to previous months and be like, hey, I know you didn't hit up January, so guess what? February's open. Everybody, here's a link to jump into February's event. Like, I'm constantly just funneling people where they got to go.
Also, I'll ask, nobody else is talking. What did you use for your cover photo for your like page? Did you use Fiverr or did you do it yourself?
I did it myself, and I probably should redo it, but I'm just lazy. And I don't want it looking super professional. I want it to be me. And you see some of them that are like all faded and like it's like, they're a Beachbody coach, great. Like, and it's all the same script, and I'm just not into that. So I've changed it a couple times. I'll probably, I don't know. I don't want it to look like a blogger. I want it to look like a hot mess. That's my life, and that's what you're gonna get.
I love it.
So I use Canva. That's what I use. I used to try to use PicMonkey. I didn't get it. I spent some time trying to figure out Canva after I wanted to like drop kick it out the window, and I finally like think I've got it.
Last time I used PicMonkey, I cried. So
yeah, you can't change stuff.
No.
You can't what?
You can't change it after it's done. Like Canva, you can go back in and like redo it. PicMonkey, it's like done.
I like didn't have anything cool until I was rich enough to get a friggin' assistant and like do that shit. I don't want to do it. Not rich, but rich in my life. You know what I mean?
Enough where you can get someone to do it. Yeah.
All set with that. I don't have time for that. I just sit there crying at the computer like, ah.
Yeah, and you waste so much time. It's like crazy. And you're like, I could have done like 20 invites right there. And actually like an hour. Like that would have been cool.
I was thinking that the other day, scrubbing my toilet. I was like, next is a maid.
Yeah, just don't get, you know what, side note, I had a cleaning lady for 3 years and she stole my wedding rings and my Louis Vuitton purses. I got them back, but it was like, I was like 12 weeks pregnant, ganked them. Like she's got like a class F felon on her now. So now my husband won't let me get one, so I just have a dirty ass house because I'm like, I don't have time to clean.
That's funny. That's shitty. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I got them back, so we're good.
Okay, good. Well, do you guys want to ask about how she can do this with you have twins and a little girl, right?
Yeah, I have my Shako baby daughter who like I'm supposed to be infertile and she came out of nowhere. She's like the best damn thing. But you know, I get that question a lot. I mean, you're gonna get that question anytime. Like nobody has time. None of us have time. But I always use this as an example. Like you all had that boyfriend or girlfriend that in college that was cheating on you and you stayed up all damn night to hound that person down. If you care and you're that passionate about something stupid like that, you can figure out how to work your business. If this is something that you love, you do it. Like how many times, like back in the day, like, you know, AIM, I would sit there and wait for that like screen message, whatever it was called, to change. I'm like, homeboy's home. And I'm like coming for you. So you got to think about it. Like that's my passion for this business. Like I'm so excited to talk to people and to come up with something different and advance my business and grow and help somebody else. That I have that same like eagerness to it where this isn't something, you know, if you're sticking and you're doing something boring and this is boring to you, then you're being boring. And if you're bored, everybody else is bored with you. So if you want this to be excited, then make it exciting. If you want to be something completely off the cuff, I mean, do you think when Haley came in, people were like, oh, she makes sense? No, like she wasn't that like blonde bombshell. Same as I come in, I got in so much trouble for swearing back in the day. Like came at me about swearing and until I saw like Amy Silverman drop an F-bomb and I'm like, she's top 10. How come she's allowed? And then I was like, no, I can be myself. Like how cool is that? Like this business legitimately, you can be whoever you want to be. And that's super unique. And I don't know anywhere else you can do that.
That's why I'm obsessed with you, because so many other people, they have a hard time of like showing their true self. And you are like one of the, like not only, but just, you know how I feel for you.
And also when someone was like, you need to follow this girl. And I'm like, oh, she's my vibe. I'm like, because I'm like all by myself singing the song, like in the corner. I'm like, and you know what? Here's one other thing. post controversial stuff, not really controversial, but post, you know, if you're funny, be funny. I just got called out because I said something like I'm one of those girls that spends a stupid amount of money to look homeless. And I got attacked for saying that homeless, like attacked for it. And I had to change it to broke. And then I got in trouble for saying broke because then I was talking about people who were broke. That wasn't something political or anything that was bad, but that was something where I apologize. I see where you're coming from. I thought it was funny. I guess it's not. And I get it. Like, I 100% get it. But I said it. That's something that would come out of my mouth. And the people that like defended me, I messaged them like, thanks for having my back. Why the hell aren't you doing this with me if you're this ride or die for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will have to post because you did a call for, actually, I wonder if Colleen put it on YouTube, but you did a call about social media, which is, I learned a lot. It was so funny and so awesome. And if she posted on YouTube, unless you have one.
What's his name? Patrick did.
Oh, okay. I'll ask him. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and it talks about how when you get ready for this question for elite, they ask you what's 3 things that define your like road to elite, and I'm not good like on the cuff, and I literally said balls.
Oh my God, you did say balls, and he told me, and I was like, oh my God, hashtag balls, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, so funny. So I will post that in the team page maybe tomorrow because I learned so much and it's so funny because you know what's cool about Kristina is she has fun. Like we are known, like right now, me and her are like the only ones in the whole like up top network part of having fun with this business and not making it like stressful and enjoying the process because it's not all going to be fun. People are going to quit on you. People are going to not hit success goal. People are going to do this, that, this, but we still have fun with it. And that's why we attract, fun people. So thank you so much. Before I completely end this, I totally forgot to shout out 2 of my favorite people in the whole entire world. Kyla, she earned her spot at the New Leadership Conference, dude. I haven't even been to that before. I'm so jealous.
It's amazing. It's totally changed the face of my business.
And that is, where is it? Las Vegas? I mean, LA or something?
Yeah, it's LA. Because you get to see headquarters.
I'm so excited.
I've never been.
It's like they wine and dine you. Like the food and all that is like, I'm a big foodie. It's way better than leadership.
Kidding me?
10 times.
So jealous. And it's like super intimate. And she also earned her hotel there. So she gets to stay there for free. And Kelsey Crossan, my girl, the one that was just asking you a couple questions, she just became a Success Club 5 All-Star. So congratulations to her. That means Success Club 5 and above, helping at least 3 people a month for 12 months in a row. So proud, proud, proud. Anybody, we have like a couple minutes. Is anybody other more questions for Kristina?
I do real quick.
Okay, cool.
Do you have any like tips or trainings that you've done for building your like page that you would recommend?
I did the Jesse Reagan training. I didn't go from the beginning to the end like you should because I just don't have patience. And I was like, give me the modules that I need to know. There's a little bit of kickback going on with his training right now. So I'm not like 100% telling you. Like, honestly, if you go to YouTube and just Google, Power Editor Beachbody ads, that's going to tell you the gist of what you actually like, the hub of what you want to know. Haley's going to give you that like 401 on being authentic, being yourself, setting yourself apart, all of that stuff that they're going to teach you in there. You really want it to learn how to run ads and to learn how to run Power Editor. Don't ever boost something, ever. Like I've wasted thousands boosting. So I'm like, oh, it says I'll get a further reach. I'll do $20. That, or it links you to your Instagram. Never knew this, spent $500 on accident. Thought that I was going to make my money back. So I'm like, okay, Instagram, well, if I screwed this up and $500, I got to have a ton of leads from that for $500. Was like, give me all of my comments. They gave me the comments. I was on a raft, like swan raft. Every single comment was asking me where I got the raft. Not one person was interested about my Life by Design. That was back in the day when I'd be like, Life by Design. And I was trying to be like everybody else. That didn't work, and I wasted $500. So I was like, next month, I got to earn an extra $500, which the hustle was real.
Yeah. So you guys, there's so many other trainings. There's like a social media, like literally Google or
hashtag Google it.
Yeah. Like, or social media, like YouTube, how to run an ad. I'm telling you, like, it's just, if you care enough to build your business, you will figure out a way. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I'm like so excited to like run my groups better. And I will post your cool social media one probably tomorrow. But you're awesome, and whenever you want me to do a call for you or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you gotta plug in my page and just drop some Haleyisms.
Okay, cool. Whenever you want, girl.
Okay.
I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you all
Thank
later.
you.
Bye, guys.